To program site codes in the software, we start by opening the System Manager. I'm going to focus both of my windows, the top window and bottom, the tree and the grid window, by clicking on the Site Codes heading in the side panel and then clicking on Site Codes. Now to start, the site codes need to be put into a site code set. So in the top window, I'm going to hit the plus to create a new site code set. Now I'm going to call this just my site code set. If this was in a real customer installation, maybe I would call this the site code set for the location. Call this my Vanderbilt site code set. Something that makes sense for the customer that you're programming. So I'm just going to call this my site code set. If you have multiple site code sets, this could be set 1, set 2. So I'm going to save this and close it. So now there's my site code set. Now in the bottom window, the grid window, I'm going to hit the plus to start programming my site codes. So I hit the plus down here, and let's say the first site code I'm using is going to be site code, let's say 22. Making it up, there's site code 22. Now I'm going to highlight this down here. This is the label. This is just the name of the site code. This is where we actually tell the software what site code we're using. So I'll just make this site code 22. It's important to be descriptive whenever you're naming a site code. There are some times when you'll be applying a site code where the software shows you the description, not the actual number that's here. So I like to make this to, fully describe this in the description, site code 22. I'm going to save this. There's site code 22. Now we can have multiple site codes in a site code set. So I'm going to add some more site codes here. I'm going to hit the plus, and I'm going to add, let's say, site code 24. Another site code that we're using in the software. There's site code 24. Now instead of closing this and opening up, hitting the plus again, I can just hit save and new. The software will take you right into programming another site code. I'm going to name this one, let's say we're also using site code 600. So site code down here, this is site code 600. Now notice the previous site code I programmed didn't show up here. When I hit save and close now, they're both going to show up. Now the site codes are programmed, our sets programmed. What we need to do is add the site code to the set. We're going to do this with a drag and drop. I'm going to select my site code set up here, and I'm going to select the site codes that I want to add to my site code set down here. Now I'm going to select them. Now right now, if I was to click on these to drag these up into my set, when I click on these, it's going to uncheck the other one. So this is a spot where you might want to use your control button or your shift button when you're doing this drag and drop. I'm going to select my site codes that I want to add to the set. Now I'm going to hit my shift button, and then I'm going to hit the left mouse button, leave it held down, and now drag these up, and I'm going to drop them into my set. I don't need to drag these all the way up and drop them right on the name of the set. I just need to drop it in this top window. I'm going to let go of the mouse. Are you sure you wish to copy the selected site codes to the site code set? Yes. Done. Now to confirm what I did, I'm going to come over here to the side panel, and I'm going to hit site code by site code set. That's now showing me that these are the two site codes in this set. I can see the name of the set over here that I added the site codes to. If I made a mistake, if let's say site code 24, I don't want that site code in the set, I can click this and I can delete it from the set. Are you sure you wish to delete the site code from the set? Maybe the site code's being used in another site code set. I don't want to remove it from the system, just from the set. So I can say yes here. So now this set only has site code 22. I can go back to my list of all the site codes, and maybe it was site code 600. I'll select that one and drag that one into my set. Are you sure you wish to copy this selected site code to the set? Yes. Done. So now if I click on my site code set, now I have a new site code set labeled site code set with these two site codes in it. Now the site codes aren't being used yet. Later on, when we go into programming the hardware, that's where we're going to actually apply the site code set. When we apply the site code set to the controller, that's where we tell the controller what site code set it's going to be using.